One of the baits we came out with just here in recent years is the new Rage Tail Menace. It's a twin tail grub that has a hyper twin tail on it. And you pop the little tear tab loose, and let me show you the variety of ways that you can use this little bait. First off, this is rigged up as a flipping weight, or a flipping bait, or a punch rig. You can work it on our slither rig, on our new Rage Tail slither rig, or you can rig it just like this for flipping. Actually, the weight is attached via this little weight stop that I've got just ahead of our tour grade tungsten weight. That's a 3/4 ounce. I use that and a 1 ounce for punching. I just slide that little weight stop against the head of it, and it keeps the weight with the bait itself. That's our Hack Attack heavy cover flipping hook that I use on this. And it's a perfect little bait for punching with, for flipping. It's got hyper tail action, and so you need to check it out like that. Let me show you a couple other ways. Just here recently, if you've been watching the news on the big tournaments, the Elite Series, one of our pros, Big Mark Davis, has been using this little twin tail Menace, and he's been using it on this new head. This is coming out this year at the ICAST. And what it is, it's a little swim, it's actually a swing head jig. And it's a football style head, and this is called the knuckle head. And it's got a good stout trocar hook in it. And actually I've just got the bait rigged, Texposed, and you can actually just throw this out there just like you would a jig or a Texas rig and drag it across the bottom. The advantage is that the swing jig gives this particular Menace. The Menace tail action is so fast that the Menace itself can move this direction and this direction, but it can't turn over on its side because that football style head doesn't allow it to lay on its side. So it kicks the bait around. When the fish picks it up, it's free of the weight itself. So when the fish picks it up, they can actually get it totally in their mouth so that you're gonna feel the bite instantly. It's a new product we've come out with, the swing head jig or the knuckle head. And so you might want to try it with that as well. And here's another way. Texas rig. All of us like a Texas rig, and I've got it rigged up on a little 3/8 tour grade tungsten weight. And with a Texas rig, I think it's important for us to be sure that that weight's able to slide on your line. And the reason is because when we're sliding it across the bottom and working the bait, hopping it and stuff, what you want is this weight to be able to be free of the bait itself so that when the fish picks it up, they can swim off with it and they don't feel the pressure of the weight itself. So that's rigged up on a Texas rig. Another way is on a jig. Anytime we're using this as a jig trailer, you can use it two different ways. You can just slide it up on the hook like this to where the tails are flat, horizontal on the fall, like it would be a crawl. Or you can take the twin tail Menace off and you can rig it like a swim jig to where so that the tails are perpendicular to the bottom. And so I've rigged it like this, so now it's swimming like it's a small fish. You can see how it's rigged like this. Be sure and pop the tails apart, so when it's coming through the water as a swim jig, it looks like a small fish. The bulk of the skirt and the head of the jig itself looks like the body of a fish, and then the tails imitate the tail of the fish itself. So you might want to check it out like this. Another good idea with the twin tail Menace, as with any grub that you use, you'll notice I have that on the weighted hook. We call this a rage rig. We'll actually put these baits on that weighted hook and then swim it. Swim it and then kill it and let it fall. On the fall, it vibrates, falling straight through the water column horizontal like this, and the tails are working as well. So using a swim bait hook, a lot of times that looks like just a small profile fish Could be a shad, it could be a brim, they don't know what it is. But they look at it and they say, that's fishy looking and I'm eating it. So you might want to utilize a rage rig using that weighted hook on your favorite grub and see how that works out for you.